Meteorologist Matthew East here in the Weather on the Ones Forecast Center. This is our Friday, October the 2nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video, and some weather changes taking place here as our Friday unfolds. Let me show you the radar from very early this morning. This is a 5 o'clock a.m. radar shot. And notice the band of rain arcing all the way from the northern plains down through the Ohio Valley. Some heavy pockets of rain through Middle Tennessee, parts of Alabama and Mississippi. Some embedded lightning and thunder. And then you get down into Louisiana and eastern Texas. There's been some severe weather as we've gone through the pre-dawn hours today. In fact, at the time I'm cutting this video, there was still a tornado watch in effect for many of the parishes throughout southern Louisiana. And yesterday there were some pretty big storms causing some wind damage in especially Texas and Oklahoma. Here's a look at the upper air chart for today. The main upper air low is sitting over parts of Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin, cruising eastward. And so while that cold front continues to advance our way, the main dynamic's really pretty far off to our north. So not a lot of punch with that front as it moves in. High temperatures today, we're going to see most of our highs, mid to upper 70s around the Piedmont. And really a fairly uniform temperature pattern, or I shouldn't say uniform, but a fairly typical temperature pattern. Coolest in the north, warmest in the south across the lower 48 today. Here's the surface chart. Surface low up in Wisconsin this morning, and that'll be cruising eastward as we go through time into the Great Lakes region. The cold front, really at this point in time, this is the 8 p.m. chart. At that point in time, it's really in the mountains, and that front slides through later tonight. So I think we'll certainly see a lot of clouds rolling in today, but most of the Piedmont should be dry through the day. Now, as we get into this evening and tonight, there could be a couple of isolated showers. I just don't think it's a big deal. The cold front really running out of steam as it's moving on in. So a couple of isolated showers possible this evening or tonight, but not a big deal. The rain that does form will be very light, it looks like, overall. And most folks are going to stay dry. And so for the high school football games this evening, can't rule out one of those brief passing showers, but I think the chance of rain in any one location this evening is relatively small. All right, the front gets out of the way in time for a great-looking weekend forecast. Looks like a lot of sunshine all day tomorrow. Highs mid to upper 70s, and really the same deal, upper 70s, maybe a couple lower 80s mixing in on Sunday afternoon. Low temperature Sunday morning, upper 40s to lower 50s. Now, next week's forecast remains quite complex, and I'm going to show you the run of the GFS here through next work week. This is Monday. We should stay dry Monday. But beginning Tuesday, I'm going to mention that still that continued chance for a couple showers. We've had that in the forecast for a couple of days now. I'm going to keep it in there for today's forecast package. So maybe a shower Tuesday, better chances Wednesday. Now the GFS has really sped up a cold frontal passage for next week, and it actually now brings that front through by late Wednesday. Now that might be a little quick. It's really about 24 hours quicker than it was at this point yesterday with that front. So what the GFS does, it pushes the front through by Wednesday evening, and then we see some pretty chilly air moving in for Thursday and Friday to end next work week. But let me show you the differences here. This is the GFS at 8 p.m. Next Thursday. At the same time, this is the European model. Notice that Canadian high pressure on the European at Thursday evening sitting over northern Wyoming, while on the GFS it's sitting over the Ozarks. Quite a difference there. And so the European certainly slower with the passage of that cold front later on next week. So the timing's certainly in question with that. We'll see how that all plays out. Still think there's a chance for some decent chilly air around by the end of next work week or the weekend. We'll just have to see how that timing works out. So that's how things are looking for this Friday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great weekend. The weather looks great. Get out and enjoy it. Enjoy the weekend. And next edition of the video will be Monday morning. God bless.